has been the center for many UFO sightings, and it is this area around the peaks called the Three Sisters that has reported the largest amount of recent UFO sightings. In the 1840s, these three volcanic mountains were named Faith, Hope, and Charity by the local Methodist camp. They later became known collectively as the Three Sisters. The U.S. Forest Service has designated the vast remote area the Three Sisters Wilderness Area. Open only to hikers, it's a place that has very little human disturbance. Most commonly, UFO reports involve a single passing or hovering ship in the air. But we were recently contacted by a backpacker who had the incredible experience of seeing several ships together on the ground. Now here is her amazing story.
Well, it was spring, and it was just starting to warm up, and I thought I'd take a hike for a couple of days out in the Three Sisters. I hiked in about 3 hours, and I got to a place where there were some great rock formations. I thought I'd camp there so I could hike around in the rocks in the next morning. I put my tent up on this kind of butte where I had this fantastic view. Then, I don't know, I think it was about 3 in the morning, I woke up because there was this bright light shining in through the tent. It was really, really weird. I couldn't imagine what it could be. I looked outside and I couldn't believe it. Down below, at the base of those huge rocks, I saw 3 circular objects. They were really bright, lighting up the whole area. It was the strangest thing I ever saw. I remember thinking, nobody is ever going to believe this. Then I saw a 4th one, and it actually was in the air, kind of hovering, and it started to land with the other ones. I was totally amazed. I started to feel very strange, like very weak all of a sudden. I'm not sure what happened then. All I know is I woke up outside the tent on the ground. I looked down there and there was nothing anywhere. I never sleepwalked in my life. I knew what I'd seen was real. I had to go down there and look around. There weren't that many trees in there with all the rocks, but the ones that were there were all charred. And there were these powdery ashes scattered around. I'm not one of those people that goes looking around for UFOs, but I'm convinced that this was something from another world.
But the story doesn't end there. Only days later, photographs and videos were taken in the area showing UFOs strikingly similar to those described by Karen. This shot was snapped by a local woman from her back porch. You can see 2 of the Three Sister peaks in the background. And this photo was taken by a tourist as he stood at a viewpoint area overlooking Bend. And this dramatic picture was captured on the night of May the 6th near the town of Sister, Oregon. Extraordinary. But possibly the most interesting of all is this home video footage shot by a Los Angeles tourist, Jeff Kendall. It's played back in slow motion. It's quite incredible. Are UFOs now focusing on Oregon because they have work to do there? Or is it just trendy for now? Either way, locals keep a close eye on the sky. On a starry night, you see beautiful spears of light racing across the horizon, defying all earthly logic. After doubting your own perceptions, the next question you may ask is, are we alone? We asked, and you might be surprised by the answers we received.
UFOs had been visiting the planet Earth before recorded history, and this goes clear back beyond even the Old Testament, which is dated by Archbishop Usher as 4000 BC.
The modern UFO phenomenon, or should I say the modern UFO wave, began in February of 1942 with an incident called the Battle of Los Angeles, in which a UFO actually parked itself over the city of Culver City for a period of several hours, and a photograph of this object actually appeared on the front page of the Los Angeles Times and the Wall Street Journal at that time. And then, of course, the later incidences began to occur with the crash of what we believe to be extraterrestrial saucers outside of Roswell, New Mexico, and then the famous sighting of Kenneth Arnold over Mount Rainier, who coined the term flying saucers, which is where we get the term flying saucers today.
UFO sightings have taken place over major cities and in full view of many, many people. For instance, the one that was taken over San Francisco, California. We have pictures of UFOs that were taken in formation, if you please, over Washington, D.C. And then there were some over Baltimore. There were some over Miami, Florida. Some over Chicago. Some over New York City, seen by many, many people. Only these particular sightings, for some reason, did not make the front pages.
Since the sightings in Mexico City began, we have actually had more mass sightings by more people. A pair of rather large flying saucers actually parked themselves over Mexico City, were videotaped from hundreds of different locations, and were witnessed by close to 27 million people. Gulf Breeze, Florida is particularly hot right now. Fife, Alabama. There are areas in Wisconsin which are very, very rife with activity. Just recently in the media, there have been places in Michigan, along the lakes there, along Lake Michigan, on the eastern shore of Lake Michigan, in which there's been a mass amount of activity. For many years, there was activity at a place called Area 51, which I personally had blown the lid off of and investigated, and I believe a lot of that was military activity, and I believe it was moved in the early part of 1994.
One of the hot spots on the desert as far as UFO communication and landings and sightings are concerned seem to be the high desert area in Giant Rock, right near Yucca Valley. That seems to be a place where people congregate by the hundreds, and they do see some strange things out there. Another place is on the edge, which is called the mailbox area of Area 51, not too far from Las Vegas, Nevada. You will see things in the sky that defy human imagination.
The international organization, the United Nations, promotes peace and unity between the countries of the world. It's only a question of time before the planets of the universe require such a council for galactic matters. Who are we and what is our role in the universe? Planet Earth is part of a great cosmic drama. Our journey to become part of another galaxy has already begun. Sheldon Niddle and Peggy McConnell have made it their mission to guide us through this journey. They claim to represent planet Earth in the Galactic Federation.
The Galactic Federation is a group right now of over, or just about 200,000 star systems and star leagues whose sole process and purpose is to bring light into this galaxy.
The Galactic Federation acts as the United Nations for the planets in the Sirius galaxy.
Sirius is a star system. It's approximately 8.3 light years from us. A light year is approximately 5.9 trillion miles.
Sheldon says that in order for us to become part of the Sirius star system, we have to change. And that is where the Galactic Federation comes in.
The Federation is here to help us shift as humans into our full consciousness. What is happening is we have been designated as a major galactic center or showcase for the entire concept of moving our entire galaxy.
He claims the Galactic Federation has instructed him to prepare planet Earth for its major journey to another solar system. There is a telepathic link between Sheldon and Sirians.
I was briefed by a whole group of Sirians. There's a Sirian computer ship way out in the outer parts of our particular star system, our solar system. So I'm constantly in contact, I'm constantly getting information, I'm constantly being told what's going on, both up there and down over here.
The Galactic Federation has a tremendous task in the galaxy.
Well, right now, they are controlling the different gates, stargates, which are the interdimensional portals through which all the different groups go.
Both Peggy and Sheldon are in contact with the Galactic Federation on a daily basis.
He'll get the ship's reports, where I'll get the counseling reports, or I'll get the medical team reports. I have a ship and I have a command. My primary purpose is counseling, and I'm able to communicate with the different civilizations, different planets, and different processes.
Sheldon has been contacted by the Syrians since childhood.
I've been afraid to say it to anybody because I thought they would say I was totally crazy. Most of us right now are here for a basic purpose. That purpose is to help this planet shift into its full galactic crystalline consciousness, as I like to call it, and also help all of us as Earth beings, as Earth humans, become fully conscious beings.
Reaching full consciousness means major changes in our outlook on life and in our physical bodies. As planet Earth's electrical and magnetic fields collapse, the atoms and the composition of the DNA in our bodies will be modified to form a new body. We will not be living in the third-dimensional reality, but in the reality of the galactic light. The fundamental physical changes also lay in the composition of our DNA.
If we would just open our eyes and see that we are the blessings and we are the gift, that really is going to transform our whole galaxy.
Because we are being shifted spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and most importantly, physically as well.
Once we have reached our full potential, we will be ready for the final part of the journey. As Earth approaches the photon belt in the near future, it will mark the end of our present civilization as we know it. The photon belt is a huge mass of light and energy. It will be responsible for moving our solar system into a higher dimension, the fifth dimension. Our planet will move to a new position in space, closer to the Sirius star system.
Then we will be in a wholly new set of spatial relationships.
Once our planet is shifted to the new position in space, we will become part of the Sirius star system. The Sirius galaxy is said to be a number of civilizations together, most of them looking like us in their physical appearances.
Some are smaller, some are bigger, some are almost transparent, some are even more humanoid looking, if that's possible, than we are. They have all different skin colors. They are basically our ancestors. They're also, as part of this entire civilization of the Galactic Federation, non-human groups, such as amphiboids, you might call them like salamander or frog-type peoples, reptoid peoples.
Sheldon told me that one Syrian council, Washta, has guided him through his life.
Washta is a person I've been very close to since I was a little boy. I've seen more and more that the message that he gave me and is continuing to give me is a message of great, incredible love and hope for our planet.
Sheldon feels that it will be easy to convince people of this incredible change because it has already started.
They feel deep in here in their heart that it's true because they feel that experience inside themselves as well. And this whole new reality is our full conscious planet, our full conscious galactic civilization, and the final intermixing and contact with the whole process of our space brothers and sisters and ourselves coming together again.
They say we will play an important role in the Syrian galaxy.
Because we're going to be the teachers the next round. And so it's very exciting to see, even in the Bible it says that the last shall be first. Well, we're the last planet to go conscious in the solar system, but the next round of our solar system will be the teachers to teach these other planets how to use free will, how to be loving, and how to be compassionate.
If the Galactic Federation is right, the planets of the entire galaxy will be reuniting again for the first time in billions and billions of years. When you think of our little planet in relation to the vastness of the universe, it seems silly to say that we are the only life forms in existence. If we could agree that life in other galaxies, other solar systems, and on other planets is a probability, then it would make sense that they would be interested in space exploration just the way we are. Something to think about. I'm Lee Majors, and thank you for joining us.